All right. So, Havoc, new movie on Netflix there with Tom Hardy. Drug deal goes wrong. Tom Hardy's a detective who, has to fight bad guys, although he's kind of the bad guy too. Um, Initial thoughts. What do you got?
Really, on this one, I'd kind of like to hear yours first.
All right. Well, first of all, if I had to just give it a rating out of 10, I'd give it like a 6 out of 10, and that's barely. I thought it was a decent concept. I thought the movie was entirely too long. This could have been a 90-minute movie easily. Um, Maybe even a little shorter than that. It's not too long. I mean, it's like an hour 45 or so, but there were some spots that just drug on for no reason. The actors though, a lot of good stuff. Love Forrest Whitaker, love Timothy Olyphant, and love Tom Hardy. I think they're all, phenomenal actors. Again, I thought the plot was, it's nothing super new or anything, but it was decent. It was interesting. Some of the performances, I don't know, the whole idea of the whatever the Asian crime families were. Um, I think they were Yakuza, right? Were they Japanese or were they
And I
Chinese
think they were
triad? I think they
supposed to
were.
be Chinese.
Yeah. Okay. Chinese. Um, I don't know, man. There were so a lot of the fighting and the violence and stuff like that they did, I thought was phenomenal. Some better than others. I thought some of it sometimes it dragged on a bit too long, but I guess I was most impressed with the some of the fight scenes and stuff in terms of the use of objects and materials in the setting. There were some really great ones. I think Tom Hardy picked up like a hook of some sort, a meat hook almost type of thing, and you know got it in one guy's jaw and ripped it and did a few other types of things and was using that spike as a weapon. I thought was pretty good. Uh, so I was pretty impressed with the fight choreography. But man, there was just other stuff I thought was so ham-fisted. I don't know. The plot itself just didn't really work for me in terms of how they executed it. So what did we have? We had a group of cops who were dirty cops, and what was it that they had all been involved in? Were they
They killed
robbing
an undercover
someplace?
cop.
Yeah, I know that, but what was their rationale for being there in the first place? Were they robbing something?
I guess so.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but ultimately, yeah, okay, an undercover cop died. Um, and so that's kind of their background to some extent. But more recently, it was this drug shipment that got hijacked uh, by Forrest Whitaker's son. Was one of them, and I guess he was supposed to be. Forrest Whitaker was what, running for mayor, maybe governor, some
Something,
high
some kind of
office.
office. Yes.
Yeah, some high office, and a cop ended up getting harmed in that one who happened to be also one of the corrupt cops. And they were apparently going after the drug shipment as well. So, you know, bad cops versus, bad criminals, I guess. And then you've got the gangs that they weren't even robbing from. So the bad cops went after the criminals who had stolen their shipment of cocaine that they were trying to steal themselves, I guess, and ended up killing some of the Chinese gangsters or the Asian gangsters, and then they went after the criminals, thinking that they were the ones that uh, killed the Asian gangsters. Turns out that it was actually the cops who killed them, and so kind of everybody just killing everybody blaming everybody. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of what I got. I liked a lot of the fighting. I thought the plot was okay, but it could have been streamlined a bit more. You could have cut out a decent amount of slower bits that just didn't need to be in there, and you really could have wrapped it up in 90 minutes or less.
You're much more generous than I am. I thought the movie sucked. I think my favorite actor in the whole damn thing was Louis Guzman, and I
Yeah,
think the
I love him.
best part of the movie was Louis running.
Yeah, yeah, I liked him as the uncle there.
Yeah. First off, the cops, and they were speaking nomenclature about firearms that was incorrect. That always bugs me. At best, I'm an amateur, and even I try to use correct terms. The Asian gangsters brought pipes and meat cleavers to the club for a fight. I mean, come on, that's a bit 1930s or 50s or something. I mean, they have firearms, use firearms. Tactics were horrible. They go to this cabin that's supposedly out in the middle of nowhere, and then it turns out it's not. It's apparently still in city jurisdiction, and they have all these empty barrels sitting around so people can fall into them. And the gangsters failed to surround the house. The gangsters failed to use a sniper to take someone out. There's just you like the fight scene. I don't like it when they use dark settings so that you can't see well what's going on, and I really hate what they do with that. Instead of good choreography and good fight scenes, they switch the camera around so fast that your eyes don't have time to truly adjust and see what's going on, which to me is just a way of saying, all right, we have crappy choreography, so we're going to do bits and pieces so it might look cool because your imagination is going to fill in what we're unable to do. Thought the plot sucked and was full of holes. I mean, neither one of us can say exactly what it is that they were doing there when they killed the undercover cop, and nobody can say how Forrest Whitaker knew that they killed the cop, because at no point during that scene where they killed him was anyone else there. So where
Yeah, I
did
didn't
he get all
understand what
this?
he was holding over Tom Hardy's head. I didn't understand that.
Right, and then
And
at the end, why did that Ellie the cop uh, let the guy and the girl go?
yeah, I
They
forgot. I
were
forgot a lot about that. I'm glad you're talking because it reminded me of a lot. Actually, very opening. The cinematography on it, I hated. They use that like shaky cam type style where I guess it's supposed to be more like a point of view. So if it's an actual person, stop shaking the damn camera. It's annoying. I can't. You can't focus. But then on top of that, what pissed me off the most, I think, out of the entire movie, that really, it really upset me because they kept it. It was the focus. It was this basically blinders on for whatever target that you had, right? And you saw it a lot, especially with one of the bad cops, where they're trying to kill the kids who stole the coke from them, right? And so even though you're surrounded by people that are trying to kill you, your sole focus is on this guy who what? It's not like they can expose who you are. Even if they could, so could everybody else. They've already I just didn't understand what this sole focus on, well, let me risk my life, limb, and everything else just to kill this one person, even though there's a million other people you could be focused on. And it wasn't just that cop. You saw it with numerous individuals throughout the film that made no sense. And then, yeah, I remember that now that I'm thinking about the film. There was so much crap in it.
all right. And so why the guy with the silencer? Why did he go to the hospital to kill that cop? They had absolutely
Yeah,
nothing hand in
I don't
hand.
I don't know. That's the thing is like, yeah, he was another one, right? Like, yeah, why are you going and doing what you're doing? Um, I'm not sure
Yeah.
who all could have exposed him outside of the. Well, he was okay. No, he was okay. Yes, that's why he got the text message because he was working with those the dirty cops. He was working with them. Why he went to the hospital, though, who the hell knows? You know, he's got bigger fish to fry than a comatose cop, right? So that one didn't make a whole lot of sense. Um, I don't remember why he would have been too worried also about the kids, though, because they wouldn't have known that he was involved with the cops. I don't know. There's a lot of questions
Mm.
on that.
Yeah, because it was a crap movie.
Oh no, I thought it was I thought I did not think that it was a very good movie. There were definitely things that I liked. I mean, as much as like the fight scenes, I mean, I agree, you know, oftentimes I think the cut scenes and stuff like that do get annoying, but I'm fine with that. And again, I thought I liked the clever ways in which they killed people. That will always get me. It's not the same old, same old. And then, you know, as far as dark places, I mean, well, what? You're in a fucking cabin and you're in a nightclub. What do you expect? I mean, that's uh even whenever I was watching it, I was thinking what you were though, whenever it came to like what you're gonna use. Why aren't you bringing firearms? But that's where I'm also like, all right, I'm just gonna suspend disbelief. If this is the world we're working in, I guess this is the world we're working in or whatever. I don't even know what to do beyond that
All right, let's suspend
because
belief on one more topic then. Did you see the little girl that was supposed to be 6 years old?
oh yeah, the daughter
Yeah,
when Ellie went to the house. Yeah.
a big 6-year-old girl.
Yeah, no shit. She looked like she was probably 12 or so.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I didn't get Ellie's character much, you know.
I don't
Like
know
it
why
was
Ellie
like,
arrested him at the end and let the other two go. That just
well, I didn't get any of it. I mean, like, yeah, none of that made any sense in terms of what was it that like you know, he had called her and asked her to do something, go to the hospital, I think it was, and she asked, you know, and he guilt tripped her into like, you know, you said you wanted me to trust you or something like that, so this is me asking you to trust you or something like that, and it's like, why? What the hell does that have to do with anything? And why would I throw my career away and my life potentially, you know, for this corruption type of stuff? That didn't make a whole lot of sense. And Forrest Whitaker's character, you know, I thought you don't seem to have much power, to be honest. Like, you know, at least they didn't demonstrate that really. I mean, I guess I appreciated his care for his son, you know, not killing the woman he loved and all that. But again, I don't know really how he found himself in such a situation if he's supposed to be as powerful as he is or as influential as he is.
yeah, I didn't care for it. Like I said, my I think the high point of the whole damn movie was Lou Guzman and the way he ran.
Yeah. Well, I don't disagree. So yeah, I don't think I'd recommend this movie. Well, I know I wouldn't recommend this movie unless you're again got nothing else to do. I mean, this is the type of movie that that's literally why I watched it. I didn't really have much else to do. I was enticed by the actors that were in it. Like I said, Oliphant, Whitaker,
Yeah,
and Hardy, I
and you
think
got
are
to
all
wonder,
phenomenal actors.
what kind of contract do they have that makes them? Because there have been some great actors in some really crap movies, and it always goes back to, well, they had a contract for so many movies with such and such company. Pardon me, and then they waste their talent
Yeah,
because Tom Hardy's a
yeah,
good actor.
they're all good actors. Oh, and that's the thing. I thought they all acted well. Well, again, except I thought the crime boss for the Asian family, she was not good. Um, but
And who
yeah.
keeps a loaded harpoon?
Oh yeah, what the fuck was that? I didn't understand. I couldn't. Honestly, maybe
Oh,
I was probably too generous in the beginning of my thing because I'll be honest, about halfway through or maybe 2/3 of the way through, I started tuning out, um, and wasn't paying anywhere near as much attention.
oh
Mostly
my
because
God!
those
And
fight scenes just went on way too long.
the unending cartridges, the unending rounds.
Yeah.
They're on full automatic and they're there for like 4 minutes of all out full auto rounds firing, and he's looking down and he's calling them shells, not casings, and he's talking about, oh, this is from an assault rifle. Ooh, ding, ding, ding! What the hell's an assault rifle? But
Oh
these
yeah, that
are
was
assault
weird too.
rifle
Yeah.
rounds, and even better, they're high velocity assault rifle rounds. How do you know that from looking at a spent casing?
Yeah, no shit. Not to mention, how do you know that there? Do you know like what did he say that it wasn't a pistol or something like that? Because you see any pistol? Well, he said shells, but any pistol casings around? And it's like maybe not. But have you looked at all the different casings?
Yeah,
Like, do you know how many
again,
like hundreds, if not thousands, of casings would be on the floor right now? Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I
it
mean,
reminded
again,
me a lot of the GI Joe cartoons
Mhm.
where they would go out and they would fire like 20,000 rounds and no one got hit.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what it was. I am so used to that in movies, I almost tune it out. There are some things, depending on the type of movie, if it's really trying to be accurate or this, that, or the other, I, I do pay attention a bit more to that. But I also don't understand. It's the easiest thing to get correct. Like you don't even need an expert. Do a quick Google search, bro. Like I mean, I just common sense type stuff. That's one of my favorite movies that ever got. I mean, it's a phenomenal movie in its own right, but it also got all of that correct, and that was not Reservoir Dogs. Um, what's the werewolf one? The special forces that are out in the woods.
Dog soldiers?
Dog soldiers, yes, dog soldiers. They get that correct. When they're going from live ammunition or dummy ammunition to live ammunition, they use the correct terminology for their firearms and for the ammunition and all that type of stuff. And it was, to most people, it probably, they don't even know. In fact, to most people, it would say they wouldn't know what the hell they're talking about because they play video games and they pick up clips and all that type of stuff. But it's like something easy to get correct that doesn't need to be wrong. So it is appreciated whenever they do that. But it is what it is, I guess. Well, I don't have anything else to say on this movie. I probably would change my ranking though. I'd give it a 5 out of 10. I mean, yeah, it wasn't shit, but it wasn't anything better than average either.
I find that the majority of movies nowadays are just not worth the time, and
That I agree.
that one fell squarely in the middle of mediocre to low par. If I
If it were,
absolutely were feeling generous, I'd give it a 2 out of 10.